Hi everyone, my name is Mikhailo and I am SEO expert with over 6 years of experience. I am familiar with all SEO components like technical, on-page and off-page optimization, developing and implementing growth strategies, niche analysis, competitors research and much more. So literally everything needed to create an online business that brings profit. This course is a quintessence of my experience. Here I will explain you how really SEO works, what actions bring value, and what causes websites to rank high. In other words, I will set up a decent basis for you. You will find very helpful and actually you can build your SEO expertise around. This is not just a basic SEO course. This course is about everything that plays a role in SEO explained in a simple words. This course will be useful for a large audience. For example, you wish to start a SEO career, you are working as a marketing or social media manager and you want to combine your expertise with SEO, you are an online business owner and you want to understand how much time and efforts you should invest to make your website rank high and possibly understand if your SEO agency is doing SEO right, or you just want to know more about SEO, about the niche that became very popular in the last few years and everyone is talking about. Finally, this video course will be very helpful for your entire SEO department because the information collected here is based on my junior, middle, senior and even million traffic project lead roles, so everyone from your team will find something useful and interesting here to improve their knowledge and understanding of SEO. I really hope you will like my video course and learn something new here. Enjoy! Hi everyone! First of all, thanks a lot for purchasing my course. If you might have any questions about the course and the materials included, please feel free to write me or submit your feedback on the course page and I will be more than happy replying to you. Let's start from the basics and find out what SEO means. Simply, SEO stands for Search Engine Optimization. Speaking other words, this is the process of optimizing your website to make it rank high at the search engines, because no one is using the 15th page of Google, right? There are numerous search engines in the world, separated by different purposes and locations. For example, Baidu is a major Chinese search engine, Bing and Yahoo are commonly used in the United States only. DuckDuckGo can be used everywhere, but its main purpose is to minimize the user's data being shared across the web. But what really unites us all over the world, the search engine everyone knows about it, and this is Google. This is a search engine, the major one, the biggest in the world, with over 9 billion of searches performed every day. Also, over 92% of global searches are made in Google, with around 4% in the next two search engines combined, Bing and Yahoo. And this leads us to an obvious conclusion that doesn't matter what your product is, what your target market is, what your language of the website, and so on. Optimizing your platform for Google search engine is your priority number one, because there is no marketing channel in the world that can be compared to it. And now let's do what actually we do every day. Let's Google something, but we will have a look on this process from a SEO perspective. So what we see here now is called SERP, or Search Engine Ranking Page, and the purpose of this page is to provide us with the most relevant results according to the query that we have used before. There may be different number of SERPs, so obviously when we use our keyword and land to the first page that we see, the first page is called SERP number 1 or first page of Google, and by clicking on the second, third and so on, we will navigate to the SERP number 2, SERP number 3 and so on. Just to let you know, the SERP number 2 receives like 5 or 6% number of total clicks, and the SERP number 3 receives 1% or even less. And this leads us to an obvious conclusion that being at the first page of Google or at the SERP number 1 is our highest priority to receive the major number of clicks, conversions, traffic, profit, and all of these things actually. I'm pretty sure that most of you who are watching this video right now
may remember the SERP and the way it looked like at 2015 or 2017, when it was very simple, very easy. You just used your keyword and you received the top 10 URLs, and they usually looked like this, like no additional things, or this, like actually this was the common way of receiving Google results, like 10 URLs and so on. But Google usually updates its information. Google usually updates its algorithms, tests, or even adds immediately different blocks into the SERP and so on. And right now you can see that actually this SERP for this keyword is not very simple, because it includes people also ask block, the videos block. It may also include something like an images block, when you will see like a set of images displayed. And the SERP easily may include the PPC, AdWords, or paid results, and so on. And that is why some of your positions, rankings, may be kind of downgraded in the SERP, because you just see how many space do this block takes, like 2x of the simple URL results. You may include 2 URL results just into this people also ask block. It's very big, very large. That is why sometimes when you are ranking at the top 2 or top 3 for your major keyword, and it is proved by Search Console, you can see this data in your SEO tool. You are really ranking for top 2. Yes, this is right, but the SERP is mixed. It includes lots of additional blocks from Google, like this one, and it may include a couple of PPC results, couple of paid results that will push or downgrade your top 2 or top 3 to the top 5, 7, and so on. So it's even in some cases, if you are ranked at, let's say, top 5, so you should obviously be at the first page of Google, you are actually ranking at the second SERP and don't receive the decent number of clicks, traffic you deserve. So yeah, this is real, and you should pay attention on it, and every SERP is unique.
So why some of the websites are ranking higher than another? Why the majority of websites, or like 95% plus, are just picking up what is left after the first page of SERP or top 3 results? On the one side, it is based on the website optimization. The better your website is optimized in terms of SEO, the more chances it has to rank high. Also, it is your own and only your own responsibility as a webmaster to do this optimization. On the other side, Google. How Google's artificial intelligence analyzes your website, compares it to other websites in the web to define which website deserve what kind of rankings, and this process is called analyzing by ranking factors. Ranking factors are actually a set of criteria that Google uses to analyze your website and later compare to other websites in terms of whose ranking factor according to Google's best practices is better. So, if you keep the balance between high-level website SEO optimization according to Google rankings factors and having these ranking factors better than your competitors, means that you have a chances to rank high and possibly rank somewhere at the top and monetize your rankings a lot. In the next videos, I'll explain what are ranking factors, how they can be split, and which one are more important than others. In this video, we are going to talk about ranking factors and how are they related to your website. Before we start, let me tell you that SEO optimization of your website can be split into 3 parts. It's technical, on-page, and off-page optimization. Every part is crucial and plays an important role at your website's health. Moreover, having any of these parts unoptimized or incomplete may lead to organic rankings loss or even prevent their appearance. That is why we should think about our SEO optimization process as a complex and a complex process only. So what are ranking factors? These are a set of criteria that Google's or any other search engine robots use to evaluate your website from different conditions. And these criteria are directly related to your website and are based on its technical, on-page, and off-page conditions. That is why we may talk about ranking factors as being technical, on-page, and off-page. Simply, if your website is properly optimized for one of the ranking factors, you just pass the check and have more chances of increasing your organic rankings. For the last few years, it is common to talk about ranking factors as being significantly important or major ranking factors and the rest ones. Usually we don't use the word minor for the ranking factors that are not major, we just use the word other. So let's just talk about major and other ranking factors. While there are around 7 or 8 major ranking factors nowadays, the rest ones or other are around 200, and the number for both always changes. In the next few videos, I'm going to talk about ranking factors. I'm going to tell you how they work and how Google uses these ranking factors to evaluate your website. Moreover, I'm going to cover a couple of different concepts that are not called ranking factors, but are directly related to your website and to organic rankings creation. Let's start with one of the most important things that defines organic rankings, and this is content and its quality. Google's main responsibility as a search engine is to provide its users the most relevant search results. Every time your or any other of billion of searches are made, Google Artificial Intelligence analyzes the search intent of every query and provides the list of results in the SERP or search engine ranking page. We have discussed what is SERP before. What is search intent? Simply, this is a goal or intention you or any other user had before typing in some query into a search box, and the desire you had to get some content. And the most relevant content according to Google and the most appropriate content according to content optimization and different ranking content factors is what makes some of the content ranking at the top and some of the content ranking lower. Basically, content is everything you provide on your page. This is literally the content body or the article you have created and uploaded to your website. This is meta text or titles, descriptions you have also crafted by yourself. This is different types of linking, internal, external, so inside and outside the website. This is every picture or every video that there is on the page, and Google analyzes actually everything of this. Simply, you can make a right click somewhere on the page and click on the inspect the page button, and you will see a new page, like a black page with lots of code lines, and this is actually how Google analyzes the page. So lots of code lines, not simply an article you have uploaded. So what are the components of the content ranking factor? What kind of content Google wants to see at the top of the list and later shares this list with its users? First of all, your content must be unique. There is no bigger crime for Google than using someone else's content on your website. Your content may be poor, unoptimized, irrelevant, still it will have some chances to rank, but consistently or anytime using someone else's content, Google earlier or later will notice this and you are likely to receive a penalty. And after receiving a penalty, you have lots of chances to have all of your organic rankings drop for the entire website. So please never use someone else's content. Google will notice this anyway. Your content should be valuable and useful. Your content must satisfy user needs. Every time the user types in something into a search box, and your content should be appropriate to this search query and its search intent. So, for example, for the query on how to learn swimming, you won't be able to provide a decent kind of information in the short 300-word content piece. It may be perfectly optimized, but just physically you won't be able to provide all of the important information there in such a short piece. So for this, you may have a competitor's research of the similar content, you may rewrite your content to make it human-oriented, and much more things. The third one, Google likes fresh content. Just because everything in this world changes all the time, Google wants to provide the most fresh data for its users, and at this point I have an example. For example, you type in something like a search query, let's imagine best Mercedes models this year, and what do you think? What kind of search engine results you will receive? Obviously, it is 2023 right now, So you will receive lots of articles and lots of pages related to the best Mercedes models in 2023, because it's already 2023, right? But in case you are typing in something like best Mercedes models 2020, you will receive the pages that are about the best Mercedes models in 2020 year only, because this is your search query seems to be similar, but they have kind of a different intent, and Google knows how to differ this intent. You may have your page written in 2023 about 2020 models, but still it will rank high if it is perfectly optimized. So, other words, I mean, you may have your page written anytime after 2020, but if it will be perfectly optimized for the 2020 query, you will rank high. For example, you will have a query, or any kind of user will have a query, something like a best Mercedes models 2020 C-Class, and it will be split much more, and the list of articles will be related to best Mercedes models that were produced in 2020 and that are in C-Class only. So these are three basic recommendations from Google. Let's repeat one more time. It's like unique, freshness, and relevance, or being usefulness. So these are the three basic recommendations Google shares with its users. There are much more recommendations like content optimization, different kind of linkings, backlinks, and blah blah blah. We are going to discuss this later, but just for the start, you need to keep in mind these three basics. So, and if your content passes these three checks, that means that you have passed the content ranking factor checks at this point. And you have like 10 or 15 more to pass, but at least you have done once. See you. Every user, before visiting your website through an organic channel, wants to receive some kind of content or some kind of information due to the search query. And that is only your responsibility as a webmaster to provide relevant and interesting content for your users, so you will have a chance to rank high and monetize your rankings. So that is why not only an article body plays a role here, but lots of other things, and we are going to discuss these things in this video.
Let's start from two basic things, and this is meta title and meta description. Usually you create your meta title and description inside of your CMS or content management system, so inside of your website when you are uploading the content. But what is more important in terms of our course is what users see in the search engine ranking page. And when the users open search engine ranking page, they usually see the meta title, or here it is, highlighted with blue, and a big text, and meta description, what goes below. So these are the things, like when the users Google something, they usually analyze what is written here in the title and description, and if it is attractive, if it is engaging and suitable, they click on the result and open the website. So your task is to provide a decent level meta titles and descriptions for your every single page. So include the keywords your article is about, include short description what the article is about. So remember, you are limited in something like 60 symbols here at the title and around 200 or 300 of symbols in the description. So you need to keep balanced between the size of the meta tags and the information provided that should be useful for users. Still, remember that both of these things are dynamic, and if you can write down only one title and description inside of your website, but somehow usually Google usually changes them due to users' needs. So this may be quite rewritten or paraphrased for every user based on their location and so on. So the next thing that is also very important, and this is URL of your article, and this is also manually built inside of your website for every unique page, and your URL, or here it is, should be clear, concise, and useful for users. So when we are looking for how to sleep well article, it will be nice to provide a URL of wellness sleep topic, healthy sleep tips, the URL that it is related to our topic. Better to have keywords in the URL as well, And of course, users also pay attention to the URL when they are clicking on the website, and they may choose your website among others if your URL is good, and of course, titles and descriptions are good as well.
So, number 3, your content should have perfect technical optimization. By technical optimization of the content, I don't mean the optimization of page speed of the website or a page template. I'm talking about article body only. So first of all, if you have a big or very large amount of text, let's say a couple of thousand, you should split this text perfectly, and you should also split your text actually anyway if you have even a small piece of information. So your content should be readable and just comfortable to read. Moreover, you should include different headings where suitable, and you should group your information under these headings to make your content comfortable. Also, you should be aware of the thing that is called balanced content size, and here I mean that your paragraphs should be of suitable size. Let's say a comfortable paragraph to read is about from 3 to 10 sentences. The bigger paragraphs are, the more bulk information is and not comfortable to read. Your sentences also should be not very short, but concise and clear, and there is no need to have something like 50 words in one sentence trying to provide all the information there. It is absolutely okay to split the information to make it more easy to read and more comfortable. Also, if you have a large piece of text, or for example, you feel that you need to split your text not only by headings and good paragraphs, but by videos and pictures, so don't afraid to use them. This is absolutely okay, and if these web materials provide an additional and relevant supportive information, that is absolutely okay to include them. The next one is balanced content size, and by that I mean that you as a webmaster or your writer should understand the proper size of every single article you are going to prepare and upload on your website. You should go to top 10 of the SERP that is ranking for desired keyword and count on your own what is the average words number per every page, so or per top 10, or if the niche is very competitive, you can do this for top 20. You can do this easily, manually, by copy-pasting the article body in every word counter. Lots of them are available online and for free. And later you should find the average number of words that you can use. So, for example, if the minimum was 1500 of words at some of the articles in top 10 or top 20, and the maximum was 2500, so 2500 of words, that means that you should stick to something between these numbers to be successful. So in case you will have a 300 words article for this set of keywords or 6000, you won't rank because your content size won't be balanced and won't be adjusted to the niche. This is also very important. The next one is competitors research, and it actually overlaps the previous one, balanced content size. So you should always do competitors research of their articles before creating your own. If you plan to invest your time and efforts into SEO, you should definitely analyze your competitors, what are they writing in their articles, and what structure do they prefer, what graphic materials they include, and so on. This is also very important, and when analyzing competitors, you can count not only their words, but you can write down all the interesting features, pick up the best one and use them in your article. But of course, not copy-paste, but just write on your own or make it unique. Number 6, and this is linking of two kinds, internal and external links. So the links just inside your website and the links outside your website that are coming from your website to another. So, for example, you are writing an article about how to grow an apple tree, and this will be absolutely okay if you will include some relevant context here, like how often you should plant your apple tree, or top 5 best soils for apple trees to grow, and something like that. And that is absolutely okay if you will have an article about top 5 soils, a unique article on another page on your website, and you will have something like an internal link from how to grow apple tree guideline to this article about soils. But of course, you can't include the detailed explanation of these soils into the article about apple tree growth, because you will mix two contexts and the article will become very bulk and users may not be interested to read it. But in case you will provide an internal link that will be useful, relevant, users will have a desire to click on it to read more detailed information on how to grow an apple tree on the another page, and this will be very cool. The same goes for external links, and this is also absolutely okay to provide outcoming links to high trusted platforms and to their researches, to their pages, descriptive pages, and so on. This is absolutely okay. I have something like an advanced level hint here. And if you have a brand new website and you are struggling with rankings, that is absolutely okay, because Google wants your website to gain trust and credibility first, and only later you will get some rankings. So that is why if you have a new website, you can have and you can create actually some outcoming links to the top level platforms. Just because the top level platforms, like let's say Wikipedia, the best platform for educational content, this platform is very powerful, very strong, everyone knows about it, and Google is more likely to notice links to Wikipedia, not to your website. So that is why the powerful and famous websites, they are being indexed and analyzed by Google bots much more frequently than your website, than your new website, or actually any other new website. So that is why if you want to be more visible, your pages, you can create outcoming links to Wikipedia from your website, and Google is more likely to notice these links faster than usual. And through this, Google will also notice your website. And the last one, which is very important, the last criteria is LSI, so latent semantic indexing. This is something like a revolution Google algorithm that analyzes your content, not about the keywords included, but rather by context it describes. So very powerful thing and actually very interesting one. And it means that if you have an article, Google will understand your keywords, the purpose of this article, and so on. Even if you have paraphrased, synonymized your keywords, you have split them, you have used your keywords in different sentences, and so on. No need to include your main keyword a lot, don't overspam with it, Google will easily understand it. So this is absolutely okay to paraphrase and synonymize your text, and just your main goal is to make your text readable and human-oriented. So let's repeat one more time what on-page optimization is. So first of all, you should work on your meta titles and descriptions to make them clickable, more attractive, and maybe sometimes even clickbait. So don't be afraid of it. Secondly is your article URL. It should be also related to the keywords and the actual article body you provide. The next one is good technical optimization of your content to make it readable and human-oriented. Later, you should perform competitors' research to understand their best features and content size. Also, you can include linking of both kinds, internal and external, for your content. This will be very helpful. And of course, don't be afraid to synonymize and paraphrase your word sentences to make them human-oriented, and don't be afraid to lose some rankings if you don't include exactly the keyword. In this video, we are going to talk about the most complicated aspect of SEO, and this is link building. Let's start from the basics and find out what is a backlink.
So here is some random article I have found on the web, and as you see, some text in it, phrases, words, or even sentences are highlighted with blue text. And this is the usual way to highlight a link. A link is something like a connection between two pages. So anytime you click on such blue highlighted text, you will proceed to absolutely another page. And I am pretty sure that you have used and you have seen what is a link on any other websites before. So, and it is absolutely common that the links are highlighted with blue and sometimes with underlined text. So, for example, when the link leads to another page at the same website, or in our case, this page leads to one more wikipedia.org page, so from Wikipedia to Wikipedia, this is called an internal link, so a link just inside the website. But in case Wikipedia links to some third-party source, like let's say this article, so that means that Wikipedia provides a backlink to this website, and this website is called a backlink acceptor from Wikipedia, and the entire Wikipedia, or this page of course, is called a backlink donor for this website we have just visited to. And this sounds like a deep connection between two websites.
So why such mentions are so important? From Google's point of view, webmasters always take care about their websites and their content. And that is why when a webmaster provides a backlink to some third-party content, this third-party content is supposed to act like an approval for the master's own content. And this content is supposed to provide something like an additional value to the master's own content. And the masters have a desire on his own to create this backlink. And that is why this process is supposed to be natural or organic. And from Google's point of view, again, this is like a win-win situation for both websites. From the one side, a webmaster receives an additional value for his own content, and from the other side, you or any other website in the web that accepts the backlink receives something like a proof that this content is relevant and useful for other people on the web. And that is why the more such proofs you receive, the more chances you have to rank at the top. Because the more proofs, the better, right? Still, the process of getting backlinks organically, naturally, or passively without any efforts is a very time-consuming process. You may have top-level content written by top-field experts, and during the long run you may not receive any good backlinks, let's say for half of the year or even a year. It just can happen, that is absolutely okay. So that is why many webmasters are trying to fasten this process, and they are not waiting for the backlinks, they are trying to build these backlinks on their own. But from Google's perspective, Google says that doing any kind of manual backlinks, this is not good and this violates Google best practices. Links are supposed to be natural and natural only, and this is the only kind of backlinks that will work. But the practice says that many people are buying these backlinks, doing some manual actions with these backlinks and any kind of actions, and I would say that this number is about like 90% of webmasters who are aware of SEO. So lots of people are doing backlinks and not waiting for them. But there may be a huge chance when newbies are starting doing link building and they don't follow some basic criteria from Google. So they don't know what is a good backlink and they don't understand what is a useful backlink, and they don't follow a couple of concepts, and don't following these concepts is likely to create a dangerous situation for your website, because it can become overspammed with low quality backlinks and you are likely to receive, and this website is likely to receive a penalty. Google already has one kind of penalty, that it is related to the low quality backlinks. So something like one more big crime or red flag from Google, being overspammed with low quality backlinks. So by low quality, I don't mean that the link on its own is low quality from some junk level platform. It may be a good platform, it may be a popular platform, people are visiting it, but while doing a backlink you need to follow a couple of basic concepts from Google. So the first one, and the most interesting one, the most working one, is relevance of the backlink. So it should be niche related or at least somehow related to your website, because you may have a list of 20 easily accessible crypto blogs and you are happy because you can build like lots of good backlinks to your homepage, to your blog page, to your commercial pages, but it won't work like that if you are selling guitars. You have a music shop, it won't work like that, just because these niches are not related at all. There may be some exceptions, but in most cases it just won't work. And Google immediately will notice it and may decrease your rankings, so you need to be careful with relevance aspect. The second aspect is using junk level platforms. So imagine you have found some great website on the web that has some traffic, that you can easily build like 1, 10, whatever number of backlinks to your own website, and you are feeling pretty happy because like in 1 hour you can build links to your whole website, to entire list of your pages. But that doesn't mean that this will work again. Just because you know this website, and other people on the web may know this website as well, and they may easily create lots of backlinks to their own websites as well, like at this moment. So these platforms are called something like link sharing platforms or just link platforms, and they are actually not good because they provide a tons of backlinks every day for different websites on the web, and the quality of these links is around zero. So please don't do it, and check the website on how it is being developed, what people are doing there, and what kind of backlinks they are sharing, because if it is overspammed, this won't help you, even if it is high-level domain and you are doing lots of backlinks from it. The number won't help you. And the last aspect, and also very important one, it's a time aspect. So Google's artificial intelligence already knows and already analyzed the number of backlinks that it is natural for any kind of keyword that exists on the web. So imagine you have a keyword like buy a guitar, and you want to promote your music shop for this keyword, and you visit some of your SEO tools trying to find like the average number of backlinks people are building for this keyword and related keywords, and you see that some of the websites, let's say at the top 10, they are building, they already have, like 2,000 of backlinks, 5,000 of backlinks, and so on, like a big number. And that doesn't mean that if you have an unlimited budget, and if even you are trying to buy, and you even can buy, like let's say 10,000 of great backlinks or good backlinks, so much bigger numbers than 2,000 and 5,000, that doesn't mean that this will work. Just because you need to take care of the time aspect and on how many backlinks were made by these websites before. So they may have like 2,000 of backlinks or 5,000 of backlinks, but you need to check when this website was created, and when it was like 3 years ago and the website was doing 10 or 15 backlinks per month. You need to also take care about these dynamics and don't build everything one time. That is why the backlinks and link building process is very time consuming process, because you need to adjust to the niche and you need to adjust to the environment. You just can't build everything in one moment, even if it is going to be the great quality. Google will notice it and find out that this action is not natural. That is why link building is considered the most complicated process in SEO, because it requires not only your efforts but third-party actions as well. In my next videos, I am going to cover what is a good backlink, and when you learn it, you won't fail with your link building process. In the first video related to backlinks, we have discussed what is a backlink and why links matter. So in this video, we are going to talk about what is a good backlink, what criteria should it possess, and after learning it, you won't fail with your link building process. Let's start with the first and the most basic criteria, and it is called domain rating. Domain rating is something like a strength or assertiveness of your website on the web compared to other websites. And it is measured from 0 to 100, where 100 is the best websites and 0 is senseless websites without any kind of rankings and backlinks. So what you should understand here is that domain rating was created and is used only via SEO tools. So Google doesn't have any kind of domain rating. This characteristics is related to SEO tools only. So why SEO tools like Ahrefs or SEMrush, Moz uses domain rating? It's just because they compare the website all across the web, and while analyzing the websites, you as a SEO professional, you may understand if this website is good or not, analyzing the number of this domain rating. So still, what you should understand is that domain rating can be easily abused via every SEO tool, because lots of guys already know how to abuse the system, and you may find lots of trash level websites that are that possess domain rating of 70 or 80. This is really a lot. That is like top level domains actually. So domain rating is a criteria that is used as a basic just to start your analysis, and when you see that the domain rating is suitable, you may analyze your potential backlink donor for other criteria. Never use domain rating criteria as the first and the only one. So this is like an additional thing to be considered. So for example, if you see the domain rating from 0 to 20, that means that this website has 0 SEO value, and it is usually a new website or some automatically generated website. So try to avoid such websites while building a backlink from it or requesting a backlink from it. So somewhere starting from 25 to 50, these are, let's say middle level or at least normal websites. So you can analyze them for additional criteria and find out if they are suitable for your potential backlink. Starting from 50 to 75 or 80, these are actually good level domains, and this is actually the biggest part of all domains all over the world. So really cool domains, analyze them, learn them, and try to focus them, because they are supposed to provide cheaper backlinks or easier backlinks than the websites with domain rating of about 80. So what I would say here is that many successful businesses that are ranking for decent keywords, that earn decent amount of money, they are around of domain rating of 55, 65, 75. That is absolutely okay. So don't be afraid to use such domains. And the domains starting somewhere at 85 to 100, this is like mostly top level domains, brand powerful domains like Wikipedia, YouTube, and so on. Very hard to get backlinks from there, but also very powerful. The harder the better. So what I want to say here is that backlinks from YouTube, Facebook, Instagram that are obviously with domain rating of about 95, maybe 98 or 99, this is like top level websites everyone in the world knows about. These backlinks are considered as a traffic source by Google, but they are not considered as a backlink by Google. So this is what Google did many years ago. So just because everyone on the web may spam their website with tons of backlinks from Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and to get the domain rating improved, because when you spam a lot from a high-level domain, that is very cool, your domain rating will increase and your rankings will increase, So that is why Google doesn't consider these links as a backlink, but still counts them and still counts the traffic from these links. So this was a little bit about domain rating system and how it works, and now let's talk about the relevance aspect one more time. In the first video we have discussed why the backlink should be relevant to your website, why it should look organical, so Google won't consider it suspicious or a spam backlink. And what I would add here is that when someone is building a backlink from a relevant domain to another relevant domain, the user is supposed to have a desire to click on this link, right? We have talked about this before. So it should be natural for user without being suspicious to click on this link. And actually the best backlink is the backlink that is from first relevant source to the second relevant source, and the backlink that provides target traffic. So if you have a consistent and high quality traffic from your backlink donor to your page, that is great. That is like the best thing for Google, and you will definitely have your rankings improve, even if you may have like not the best content, but if you have a good backlink that gets your target audience, amazing. So let's talk about relevance here, right? So in my experience, I've been working with the website with very small niche, and it was in a nano-satellite niche, so space niche. And obviously I wasn't able to get backlinks from NASA or from the space sphere, some good level backlinks. So, and it is absolutely okay for any other spheres. This may happen with everyone. So if you are not able to build backlinks because they are very, very pricey, you don't have budget for that, or you just don't see any relevant websites for your niche, you can expand your link building efforts. And first of all, you may find something cross niche related. So if you are working with, let's say, in a space niche, you may find some websites that are related to tech niche or something like that, and try to build links like that will be related, of course, from there. But still, the best option here, as we have discussed before, if you have like 20 easily accessible crypto blogs and you have a music shop, you can still build a backlink. Believe me, but you will ask, but there is no relevance between these two domains. Totally agree with you, but if you don't have any other options, rather than building a backlink, better to have a backlink from good source than don't have it at all. If you are an owner of music shop and you can work with some crypto blogs, you can create a context or relevance on your own. And this is an exception from situation. Like, this is your way to build a backlink. So what I've seen a lot, what people do, for example, on a crypto blog, people create an article of something like we have contacted 10 successful website owners that succeeded with organic rankings, and we have asked their SEO managers, their CEO, their chief marketing officer about any kind of advice they will give for our SEO, they will give for our link building process, they will give for our website architecture, and so on. And here comes the list of top 10 websites where some person talks that at this website, backlink, we have used this feature or this process. And later at CryptoBlog creates like the list of these advices. So don't be afraid to create a context by yourself if you don't have a wide variety of websites to work with. The third criteria for a successful link building process is to have a variety of links and anchors. So as we have discussed before, all of this link building process should happen naturally or organically only by users without your efforts. So still Google knows that people are doing backlinks, they are doing some efforts here, but still Google wants for your backlink profile to look maximum organical, and on this you should have a variety of links because users are supposed to share a link to your website like everywhere on the web, and this may be their own website, their blog, this may be some forum page, this may be some social platform like Reddit, this may be social media that are not considered by links, and so on. So lots of places to be shared, and Google really loves it. So don't use only one kind of links, try to mix them a lot. Also, Google thinks that organical backlinks will be unique and with different surrounded sentences, even these sentences maybe with typos. So please mix your backlinks. Don't use the same template for all of your backlinks. Don't spam, like don't copy paste 20 same sentences with a backlink to different websites. Google will easily notice it and punish you. One more criteria, and it is actually almost the same as previous one, is to have a variety of donors for your backlink profile. So 10 backlinks from 10 websites like that are good and relevant are much better than, let's say, 20 good backlinks from one good domain. So keep a variety also, and it is also very cool. So next reason is that you are supposed to build or to have a backlinks from top level brands and websites, and this actually goes to something like a Wikipedia or maybe Amazon. I know this is also almost impossible, but still having a link from there will work and serve for you. Such link will serve for you for years and immediately increase your brand power and organic rankings. So let's say one link from Forbes or Huffington Post will serve much better than 20 or maybe even 50 backlinks from middle level websites. So think about it, and if it is possible, try getting link from there. And the last criteria, that is like an advanced level one, you should analyze a backlink profile of your potential donor too. Just because SEO juice is spread all across the web, If your potential donor has good backlinks on its own, from brand, powerful websites, just from cool websites, that is your way, and you can use this website as your backlink donor. And some part of SEO juice will be transferred to your website as well. So, because having, like in real life example, if you have a good reference, it is okay from some. If you have a good reference from someone, this is absolutely okay. But if you have a good reference from someone who has good references on its own, that is quite better. So here was the list of criteria you can use when analyzing your potential backlink donor, and let's repeat them one more time. So domain rating of the potential donor as a basic criteria to start with, later relevance aspect, a variety of donors, and the powerfulness of donor on itself. In this video we are going to talk about mobile devices optimization ranking factor and cover in detail what is it about. So before we start, you may Google on your own device like what is the number of users using mobile devices for making a search, and my first two results in SERP tell me that this number is over 50% and around 60%. So this leads us to two conclusions. The first one, that it is this really significant number and you need to work on with your mobile devices optimization. And the second one is that mobile devices searches are exceeding the desktop ones, and this number will only increase in future. This also means that users that are using mobile devices are already visiting your website, or they will visit it when you will build it. So anyway, you'll have some users using mobile devices, and such users may interact with your website in any way possible. For example, watching your videos, filling in some forms at your website, reading your content, or even buying something. And in any case of this, it's your own responsibility to provide the best and the most satisfying user experience on your website. Users should be comfortable while navigating through your website. To do this, you will need to have two versions of the website, and obviously this is a desktop version of the website, or the common one that we all used to, and the mobile version of your website. But please don't worry, there is no big difference in this. Just when you are working with your designer, you need to request two versions of the website, mobile and desktop, and later your developer or front-end developer will implement both of them. And Google is too smart to understand that when the user will use some kind of a device, the user will see the mobile or desktop version automatically without even noticing it. So everything will be balanced. You just need to keep in mind that you definitely need two versions of your website to be designed. Just because Google wants to provide the best experience for its users, because it is considered the best search engine, that is why this ranking factor is mostly based on user experience and user satisfaction. And I'm going to explain this user experience concept in one of the videos later in this video course. So let's discuss in detail how the mobile optimized website should look like, what things you need to understand and what things you need to avoid. And like a spoiler, there may be even one red flag, like a big crime here, like in the videos discussed before. So first of all, when optimizing your website for mobile devices, you need to take care about your content. Just because imagine you open some article, any kind of article from your desktop, your screen is wide and you can easily read everything, like let's say 2 or 3 paragraphs. But obviously the space at the mobile devices, and especially at the old mobile phones that were made like 5 or 7 years ago, people still use them, are quite narrow, and you won't be able to include lots of catching information there right at the top of the list. So the user may open your article, don't find something catching, and just leave it. So please think about this and try to keep at least first paragraphs short and to try to include some catchy information there that will possibly cover the search intent of the user. We have discussed what is search intent before. Secondly, you need to optimize your meta titles and descriptions. Again, the space on the screen on mobile devices is quite limited, and again, you may include something interesting at the first lines of your titles and descriptions, so right from the start. Third one is pop-ups, and this is really annoying thing, and this is actually what ruins user experience a lot. So lots of webmasters, when they create the best pop-up in the world, they usually do it for the desktop version of their website first, but they forget to implement and adjust it to the mobile version of their website. So while visiting the website from desktop version, you may like the pop-up, you may click on it easily to close it, you may interact with this pop-up easily, but using the same pop-up at the mobile devices that are unoptimized, it may cover your screen completely and user won't be even able to close it, and even user won't be able to find this close button, and the user will just leave the website and unsatisfied, and this will ruin your user behavior ranking factor statistics. So please take care about your pop-ups and optimize them for both versions of the website. So one more thing to take care about is your menus or architecture of the website. Just because you may have like 15 categories of commercial pages, let's say laptops, washing machines, and vacuum cleaners being sold on your website, and you just won't be able to include everything on the mobile screen. So think about some burger menus and like good menus you click on and they appear. So you can find lots of examples somewhere on the web, like at the good optimized website like Amazon. You can visit them from their mobile phones and understand how do they implement this. But the solution is always common, and it is mostly used at 90+% of the world. So it is all, this problem is already solved and you can use it. Finally, and one of the most interesting things is that you need to take care about this mobile optimization and mobile design implemented successfully. So you may ask your developer to check it. You may do it on your own by visiting the mobile version of the website from your phone, but this may cause the biggest problems. Personally, from my experience, I had some cases when we have not implemented this version of mobile devices properly. We have checked it and solved the problem before launching this version of the website, but let me tell in detail what was this problem about. So somehow some part of the page, especially blog page template, was cut out, and we won't be able to provide the entire page for the mobile users. So let's say it just showed the blog article up to 1000 of words, like for example, and if the article had like 100 words more, 500 words more, this part should not be displayed. The page just ended at the mobile devices, while it was okay at the desktop devices. And actually this is the biggest red flag for Google, one more, and the biggest crime, as discussed before, at one of the ranking factors, just because this way Google thinks you are fooling your visitors, because you are providing two types of different content for them. So please take care, and while developing and implementing and launching your mobile version of the website, please take care and ensure that you are showing specifically one page and the same content on the one page for both type of users, mobile and desktop ones. And finally, the last one, and you can easily find this on the web, you just need to optimize the page speed for mobile devices as well. Usually, of course, you need to do this for desktop users, but you can do this for mobile devices as well. You can use like the tool called Page Speed Insights, and after 1 minute crawl, you'll find out your health score for mobile devices and the list of issues. In this video, we will talk about the most important ranking factor, and it is called users behavior ranking factor. So imagine that the user comes to your website through an organic channel, search engine or Google, and it is maximum important in terms of our course because we are talking about organic traffic and search engine rankings optimization to get organic users that we don't pay for, and this user comes to your website. There may be any other kind of users that comes through alternative traffic sources, let's say backlinks, through social media, via some email campaign, whatever. And these users are also very important, but quite less. So from the first moment when the user opened your website, every second user spent on it, every click user made, every action user have made on your website, all of this is being recorded, analyzed, and this data is being saved in somewhere in Google's database. So lots of things to be analyzed, right? And now imagine and multiply this number of every action that user made and every second spent by number of all users that visit your website, let's say every day. So this data array becomes more massive, and later multiply this data for all of the users by days, months, and so on. And this is pretty big and pretty impressive massive of data, right? And this is actually what Google calls user behavior ranking factor, the way the users interact with your website. Because what Google thinks is that when the content on the website is interesting, the user is supposed to spend more time on this website, on this page, than at competitors' similar pages. Google also thinks that if user interacts with your website, this may be clicking on internal links inside the content, this may be finding some contact form, visiting any other pages of the website, reading other blog posts, I don't know, like filling pop-ups forms, filling like email forms, and so on. All of this is being stored, analyzed, and the more this data you have, the better user interacts with your website, the better for you. And all of this is being, again, stored, compared, and analyzed. So what things does Google analyze to understand what is user behavior ranking factor for every website? So the first one is called the time user have spent on the initial page or starting page. So Google analyzes the time that user spent on the first page that user visited through an organic search, and later analyzes the time user spent on the entire website if user clicked on any other pages through your internal linking of any kind. So Google doesn't have any detailed recommendations what is the normal time to be considered for every page, and I'll explain why. But every session that is lower than 10 to 15 seconds, so really a low amount of time user spent, is considered as a leave. So it is very bad for Google and actually a red flag. If your page has lots of short sessions that are less than 15 seconds, this page is likely to decrease its rankings in a short or long term, but it will definitely decrease them. Still, this time frame user spent is being compared to other similar pages across the web. Just because your content may be of any kind, this may be like 2000 words content where the normal time to be at the page will be, let's say, like 3 minutes. And if your page is about 3 words, it's just an answer for some question, the time user spent may be around 3 seconds, and this is also absolutely okay. So what Google considers normal and successful, Google just analyzes the user behavior and the time spent for every specific page and compared to the similar pages that are ranking for the similar keywords. So this is absolutely okay if you have like less than 10 seconds, but if your content is suitable for this time spent, if it is short, and so on. The second thing that Google analyzes is how users interact with your website. So this may be a click on pop-up, this may be filling in some contact form, visiting another blog post, visiting homepage, reading something, buying something, and so on. So the more user have made, the more actions user made, the better for you, and all of this is being analyzed by Google and tracked, of course. But that doesn't mean that you should make your website complicated, and so the user will spend lots of time to find some specific page. For example, your page is about description of some product, and later you have made the way to this product very complicated. So the users can't reach the product to buy immediately. So please don't do that, because Google also understands the architecture of the website, and Google understands if the page is not being reached in a couple of clicks or easily, Google will decrease your rankings. So please make your navigation easy. The most successful thing that may happen with your website is when the user makes an order through an organic search. Actually, e-commerce stats and orders, all of this is also being tracked and analyzed by Google bots. If you connect your website to Google Analytics, and Google actually considers the websites where users spend money better than the websites users don't spend money. So if you have a content and this content converts to some sales, this content has more chances to rank high. So for example, you have a content, let's say, that describes 10 best guitars, and the content of competitors also is on the same topic, but your content has links to some commercial pages, to some product pages of guitars, and sometimes users buy these guitars through this top 10 blog post. And this content, your content of 10 guitars, top 10 guitars, has more chances to rank high. That is why your website should be perfect in terms of technical optimization and UI/UX design, so the user won't struggle when finding for something. Your page templates should be comfortable and balanced, of course. Your blog pages should be also interesting and comfortable for user to find similar blog posts, to find the same blog posts from the same category, and so on. Your architecture should be comfortable and easy to understand where is some specific product, and you should may have like a search button and so on. So the better, the more user-oriented your website is, the more successful it is in terms of Google, because Google loves the websites that are human-oriented, because this is a search engine for human. So your biggest effort is to make the website comfortable for your users. And postscriptum here, one more important thing, what really plays a role in user behavior ranking factor is the thing that called last click. So for example, when you Google some query, doesn't matter what kind of query, users, and I usually do this, I usually open a couple of websites, like in a new tab, let's say top 5 results, and actually Google also tracks all of this. And when some of the website is being my last click, so I have read the piece of information and I don't even Google for the number 6, or I don't even open and interact with other content, the last page I interacted with, where I have found my information, is also considered as the best page. So this is the thing you can't fool Google without. This is all about user behavior. So when your content is the best of the niche, it is somehow supposed to be the last click in the niche. And it usually happens like this, and that is why you may have a chances for your content to rank higher. And now let's talk about time ranking factor. The concept and the nature of this ranking factor is quite abstract, and you won't find lots of detailed information about the time being a ranking factor actually, so I'm going to explain how it works in my own words. So imagine you have perfectly optimized SEO website, your technical SEO is amazing, everything is fixed, there are no mistakes, your architecture is comfortable for users, your content is written by top field experts and it covers the search intent of queries completely, so the content is relevant. You get a nice amount of backlinks, more or less the same as your competitors, because your content is interesting, so people like to share it naturally without any efforts. And sometimes you even may make a link building on your own, but you do a high quality link building, so Google doesn't consider your links suspicious, so everything seems to be okay. You have nice user behavior statistics and your content actually converts into leads, into profit, so everything seems to be amazing. But you still don't understand if everything is so well and you are pretty sure that everything is amazing and everything is right, you still don't understand why your website is somewhere at top 8 for major keywords, while there are other websites that are at top 3 and they are actually the same. So what is the difference? Just because your website is perfect in terms of SEO, that doesn't mean that any other website is not perfect as well. So SEO become very interesting and very popular subject to research and to implement, and lots of webmasters already know about SEO, how to do it right. They are aware about holistic approach and they use it. And that means that lots of websites are also perfectly SEO optimized in every term. So lots of websites are ranking decently at the top because they deserve it. Moreover, the space or the number of places available at the top 10 of the SERP or maybe top 20 is of course limited, and actually there are much more websites that are very good at the websites that want to rank in this top 10. So just imagine, and that will be absolutely okay if for some major keywords, for some money keywords, every website in top 50 will be perfect in terms of any kind of SEO. So once again, here comes the time ranking factor. Google doesn't trust new websites. That means that if your website is newly created but everything is great, you won't get any decent piece of rankings at the top or at least at top 50, doesn't matter for major keywords, just because you have no credibility from Google. There is a thing called Google Sandbox, and it means that every new website is being in the sandbox for around a year, and during this year you need to provide high-level SEO, high-level content, user behavior stats, backlinks, and so on to get some trust, credibility, and good reputation from Google. This is how it works. And what webmasters or different guidelines, different SEO guidelines, what they usually say is that after a year there is a chance that if you will continue your good work or even expand your good work, you will focus more on your SEO, you will have a chance to only start ranking high or appear somewhere at the decent places. The longer you provide high-level services in terms of SEO, the better for you. During this period, you will get more trust and credibility from Google. Moreover, your brand awareness will grow, so people will become aware of your brand, which is actually logical because you are promoting your website, so more people should know about it. And just to let you know that powerful brands or famous brands also have some credibility, like additional piece of credibility from Google, because people usually come back to these websites and read the content or make a purchase more. So actually you need to provide high-level services in terms of SEO for the long period to become more visible and to get more good reputation both from users and Google's artificial system. The second criteria that plays a role in terms of time ranking factor is link building or number of backlinks. As explained in the videos related to backlinks, we discussed that dynamics really matters. So it is also very important to get a decent number of good backlinks during the period of promotion your website, not everything like in 1 month or something like that. So if you received, let's say, 10 good backlinks every month for the last 5 years, so not a big number in total, you have much more better chances to rank high than the similar website that receives, let's say, 500 or 1000 of good backlinks in just some last months. So this is actually very good when you receive good backlinks from other websites during a long period rather than in a short period. That is why the time ranking factor is actually the only one you can buy, abuse, or cheat with, because Google understands like the first day when your website appeared, the number of backlinks, all of these dynamics, everything is being stored. So the longer period you provide high-level services, the more chances you have to rank high at the top compared to other websites, and you have more chances to rank for your major keywords and so on, just because all major keywords are already being covered in the web, and they are actually on the primary focus because money keywords are supposed to provide the most profit. So this is obvious. Moreover, if you will use any kind of Google, let's say Australian, French, German, Canadian, doesn't matter, and if you will Google something like, let's say, some money keyword like buy a laptop or buy a mobile phone, you will obviously see major worldwide brands with unlimited brand power, actually, something like in Amazon, eBay, and so on. And just think how much time it took them to be at the top, how much time it took them to promote their website, having a good technical SEO, creating decent level content, backlinks, social media management, whatever, raising their brand power everywhere they can. It took them years, and now they actually receive the benefit of promoting their websites for such a long run. That is why when you will Google an educational keyword without any buying intent, for example, like battle for Waterloo or what is the population of Paris, you are more likely to see a Wikipedia at the top and any kind of Google again. So just because Wikipedia is also a worldwide powerful brand, everyone knows about Wikipedia, and the stats and the years that this website was promoted are also very big. In this video, I'm going to share my recommendations on possible best ways to start your SEO career or to improve it, how to move on if you are stuck. And it is completely based on my own personal experience of 6 years of doing SEO. I've started in a company promoting its products. So I was a SEO newbie with zero experience in this field, and I was in this company for 18 months. And later I moved to a full-time freelancing role where I am still in. So what I suggest for people without experience or almost non-experience, so SEO newbies, is to definitely start your career within some SEO agency or some product company that requires a SEO person. So this is absolutely the best and the only way for newbies to get started, because you can learn a lot, and getting this knowledge firstly is priceless, and secondly will be very useful in your future when you decide to improve your career somehow. So there may be some cases when you will be involved in a company that doesn't perform good SEO, just because they don't know what it is, they are not familiar with good SEO. And I was in such company like for a few days, I had such experience, so that is absolutely okay. But in most cases, doing SEO, like starting your career in a SEO agency, which is cool, or a company, product company that requires SEO optimization for their website or products, is the best and the only way. So a couple of reasons for that. And the first and the most important one, and actually this is your key to success, and it is completely based on my experience, is that you will learn a lot. You will learn, practice, discuss, test lots of things, and the more you learn, the more you perform, the better. Believe me, when you are going to be involved in an agency or in a company, let's say in an agency first, so there may be two cases. A client comes to your agency and a client says something like, hey guys, here is my idea, here is money, like for half of the year in advance. Please build me a website to cover these keywords and promote these websites organically. Very good. Or the same option is like the client comes, here, hi guys, here is my website, I don't have any rankings, please promote it. So, and as we discussed before in our previous videos, SEO optimization is a holistic process, and this is actually the only process to be successful in the organic field. So, and if the company is doing everything right, so they will follow this holistic process, and you as a SEO manager will learn, practice, test really a lot of things. You will work with developers trying to build a SEO optimized website or updating the website to be SEO perfect in technical terms. You will work with content writers on content strategy for the new posts, new pages, or updating what you have right now, optimizing it. You may work with link building department or partnership managers trying to build a link building strategy. You will do a competitors analysis and later perform lots of other things. So as a SEO manager, you will be involved in lots of things, and believe me, this experience is priceless. You will learn a lot, because personally, I think that SEO manager or SEO executive is somehow a project manager of the website, of the entire website, because when a SEO guy sees something unoptimized or some mistake, this SEO guy should know and understand who can fix this for him, so for this person, for you, I mean. So this is very cool, and the more you practice, the better. So I had cases like but I completely optimized a couple of websites from scratch. So this was about technical development, design updates, architecture updates, content updates, links updates, and lots of minor things, and plus social media management. So, and this, like after a couple of such websites, after a couple of such complex projects, you will become very strong SEO guy, believe me. So your variety of your skills will be improved, and this will improve you as a SEO professional really a lot. So SEO is not about only SEO, it is about lots of other things that you should know and understand. So the second reason why I consider agency or company the best way to start is that the company or agency will definitely have some kind of resources, and these resources are about people that are already involved in this organization. So for example, you may have some content writers involved, so you won't write a content on your own because this is not a task for SEO guy, because this is a task for writer. So for example, you may have a link builder department or at least one partnership manager or outreach manager. They may help you, and this is also very cool. So you won't spend lots of time on doing link building. You can create a link building strategy because it is a responsibility for a SEO guy, and you can give it to your link builder and work with this person. So you will have some resources, and this will save you lots of time, and you will be focused on SEO optimization and SEO promotion only, not doing social media management or letting some coding expertise to improve page speed. So these cases are real, but that doesn't mean that this is good. So SEO guy should be focused on SEO optimization with the assist of other team members. So in case you are in stuck of your SEO careers, like you've been working in some place, like let's say for 6 months, and you don't see yourself there, like after 6 months more, zero potential, zero things to be learned. So please don't be afraid to move on at all. Please don't be afraid to move on. Personally, I've been working with like 80 plus clients, and what is my conclusion here is that, let's say 90+% of them requested for some random SEO actions. 90+% of these clients didn't understand what is complex and holistic SEO and why it is crucial. So lots of people are just asking for random things just because they heard somewhere that 500 backlinks will immediately increase their rankings while having other parts of the website unoptimized and with lots of mistakes. So lots of people just don't know what is a good SEO, and that is absolutely okay. So feel free to find a best place for your career improvement, at least for your skills improvement. Don't be afraid, because lots of people are doing SEO, lots of companies are doing SEO, and you will definitely find someone better. And don't be afraid asking questions on the interviews, because this is something like a win-win situation for both sides. Imagine you are on SEO interview at some company and you already know something, you already tested something, and you ask this company about the processes they do follow, what things they focus on, and this shows that you are competent somehow in these spheres, that you know and understand something. And when the company gives their answer, company representative, you also make some conclusions on what do they understand SEO, and so on. So you understand if it is a good place for you to continue your career. And of course, you may check their websites in some SEO tools and try to understand what keywords do they cover, and what are their rankings for these keywords. Are they successful? Or they're not successful at all. So when you have some experience, it will be much easier for you to find some improvement for your SEO career, neither you are a newbie. And now regarding the freelancing position, so I think that you should move to freelance role when you have something like middle to advanced knowledge of SEO. So really you need to know and understand really lots of stuff. So I've been working on Upwork platform only, but I've studied another platforms, like all major world platforms that provide SEO job feed. And my conclusion here is that all of these platforms provide really huge number of SEO jobs, but the number is the same as the variety. Variety is also very big. So lots of jobs related to keyword research, content briefs, link building, technical optimization, page speed optimization, maybe some content writing, and so on. So lots of things. and actually less than 10% of all jobs provides or asks for full-time commitment or full-time services, so not so much at all, like a couple of percents only. And what I mean is that if you are going to start your freelance mode, so you need to know and be skilled in lots of SEO branches. So you need to be versatile and you need to understand what is a good keyword research, how to create decent level content brief, how to create content strategy, how to build a backlink, how to find cheap backlinks, how to find backlinks that are niche related, and lots of other things, because you are going to if you wanna make a good living, you need to take lots of jobs and spend lots of time on it. And of course, you should be skilled at the jobs you are going to take. For example, you are a keyword research guru. You've been involved in a company where you've been doing a keyword research like 90% of your time without any other tasks, and you really succeeded there. You are not interested in working in this position anymore, so you decide to move to a freelance platform to do keyword research all the time and possibly earn more. But that doesn't sound good, because first of all, there is a big competition on freelance platforms. It is full of guys that want to take the same project as you want. So first reason is competition on freelance platform. You should take care. The second reason is that prices are usually dumped a lot. So for example, when a client asks for, let's say, $300 to $400 for some specific keyword research project, prices are usually dumped, maybe even to 100 or even more. So the prices can be cut in 50% or more. So this is a disaster. And when a client who is not familiar with keyword research and SEO processes, and the client sees like a good job proposal for $300 and the same good job proposal for $100, client is likely to choose the cheaper one, because both proposals are okay and both freelancers seems to know what they are doing. So be ready for that. And the final reason why I don't think that having only one good skill is suitable for freelancing role is that freelance platforms are full of guys who have started earlier, who have cool profiles with lots of feedbacks, stellar profiles like 10 out of 10 feedbacks, 100% feedbacks, and so on. And this is actually what I have, and what I think that this Upwork and other profiles at other freelance platforms are somewhere at the top of the list, because sometimes the client may search for some suitable freelancer, not only via job opening, but through the list of freelancers available. And the most successful guys are always somewhere at the top. Anyway, freelancing is a cool thing to be tested, to be tried, and you can use it as some additional side hustle for you to get a money flow. And for example, if you are skilled with keyword research only, you are familiar and you are 100% sure that you are a great keyword researcher, you can build your profile only around it and take this project somewhere for your evenings and earn additional cash. Because getting involved as an agency or company, you are supposed to have some salary. But when you are involved, when you are starting in freelancing, you are not supposed to have your profit right now. You need to work a lot and promote yourself a lot. So yes, this is also a reason why you may combine your efforts at the start. And my last recommendation, and it is for everyone, for newbies, for advanced level guys, is that you should learn and keep updated a lot, every time, all the time. Google updates its algorithms, let's say like 3 to 4, 5 times per year. And this is usually core updates that shake the organic rankings a lot. And when this goes, you may lose some organic rankings that you've been fighting for a year. And after some core update, you won't be able to understand what is going on. So you should learn and understand like the SEO as a process, as a complete process, and know how it works. So personally, what boosted my skills and knowledge a lot is reading detailed case studies. So if you will be able to find some detailed case studies, they are on the web, that explain how some people build a successful business that ranked organically from zero to end, like the case studies that explaining how and why they build like technically optimized website, why they choose this design and why they choose this page template, how they updated old content, or why they created exactly this content, link building, like ratios of anchors, monthly frequency, and so on. So if you will learn these studies and understand them, this will give you priceless knowledge. So finally, you may find out some good SEO blogs or journals online and read them and learn more. So here is the last video in this course, where we have discussed what is SEO, how it works, what are ranking factors and the nature of ranking factors, what things you should avoid while doing SEO, and the possibly best ways to start your SEO career. This is my first video course and I try to do my best. I really hope that my tone was understandable and you found the information here interesting and useful for your needs. Feel free to ask any questions that might appear if some of the information remain unclear. Moreover, I will be more than happy if you can provide detailed feedback on this course on its Udemy page. I will reply you and definitely improve my course in the future. So thanks a lot for your time and I hope the peace and good luck be on your way. Bye.